I was told by a CIA agent that they actually have a test to determine if you have alien DNA in your system, right? And so maybe, maybe not, I don't know. But this person's a trustworthy person. I don't have any reason to believe that they're pulling one over on me. But it's like there's those kinds of things that get said by certain people who seem to have knowledge about these things that just kind of boggle your mind.
15% of the humans have Rh negative blood.
When you have sex with them, you invoke a process called red blood cell hemolysis. Red blood cell hemolysis is when an Rh negative mother gets impregnated by an Rh positive father, and her immune system sends red blood cells across the placenta to literally kill and terminate the child. Now, when you're dealing with red blood cell hemolysis, I deal with genetic engineering. I have 2 giant books on it. Red blood cell hemolysis is a disease that only exists within genetically engineered animals. I'll give you an example. A mule is a cross between a horse and a donkey. But when you impregnate a mule, the red blood cell hemolysis in the mule causes it to kill its own offspring because it's not supposed to be. Europeans are genetically engineered. They're genetically spliced, specifically with chimpanzees and muskrats. So with that being said, they kill their own offspring. So now why is this important? When you mix blood and semen with a European, the A and B antigens, because the A antigen comes from wolf and the B antigen comes from monkey. The A and B antigens within the bloodstream of the European literally begins to break down the protein in African blood. So you thin your blood every time you ejaculate into a white woman, or vice versa. So you literally destroy your blood. So even if you say, well, we ought to love who we want to love, well, love her. And you killing yourself on a circulatory level, and then you infecting your blood. See, a lot of people don't know Rh positive is like being HIV positive, which means you have it. Rh is medically termed. I'm not making this up. Rh stands for rhesus monkey blood. If you spell rhesus, it starts with Rh. Rhesus monkey blood comes from an actual monkey called the rhesus monkey. So how did you obtain monkey blood if right now I can't go have sex with a monkey and get it pregnant? Because white people were genetically manufactured by extraterrestrials, as hard as that may be to seem, it's the truth. And through rape and slavery and forceful sexual reproduction with us, they obtained in our bloodline. So now you might be positive and she might be negative, and you have sex with her, and now she has to get what's called a Rogam shot. When the Rogam shot does is it tells the immune system to fall back and not kill the baby. So how do black people who was 100% O negative become infected with Rh positive blood? From the European. So even by loving the European, you kill your motherfucking self. So you can't hate them, you can't love them, you can't love a man, hate them. Only thing you can do is get away from that nigga, not kill him. So I don't really sound so crazy now, saying separate. I can't live with you because you need my organs to live. You can't live under the sun. And then you're gonna hate me because I can. And then if I do love you and have sex with you, I'm killing myself. So what do? We separate them. It's just like your face. You ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. I ain't got nothing nice to interact with you motherfuckers on. I can't if I wanted to. I ain't got nothing for you at all. You need to step away from them. The sun gonna do what it need to do. You go to skincancer.org. It states in a disease what they call melanoma, which basically is a medical condition. When you lack melanin like the African, you get skin cancer because the melanin in our epidermis layer of our skin helps us to perform what's called ultra-fast internal conversion. This is when your skin converts 99.9% of the UV rays throughout your body in an equal manner. And electromagnetic energy, white people cannot do this, so they get skin cancer. So this is where skin cancer comes from. So now why is this important? Every 57 seconds, one European dies from skin cancer. So if these motherfuckers drop it every 57 seconds, you don't think they snatching kids up every 30 seconds to live?
Yes, sir.
So come on now. The Rothschild, I mean, I can't get his name, the one Rothschild, he on his 10th house transplant right now. So when you find little boys rolled up in Matson High School with their organs missing, it don't seem so mysterious why that would happen.
Yes, sir.
So they need us to live, so we need to get the fuck away from these motherfuckers as fast as possible, and if not, I'll be away. You niggas can stay.
15%. And scientists have no idea where it came from. What they do believe is that if you have that, you may have been evolved from a different kind of species on this planet.
So now that's one. We couldn't have came from the monkey because we never had the monkey blood. For two, white people have 4% Neanderthal DNA, and they're only 96% human being. Black people are 100% human being. We have no Neanderthal DNA. The Neanderthal DNA comes from the monkey and the canine. So if we don't have any DNA tracing us back to monkey and canine, how could we have evolved from that? What are you talking about? This is just common observation. Now, when we want to keep continuing to butcher the evolution theory, also we have to understand that no matter what you want to say, evolution, physics, math, 1 + 1 is 2, we know that all life comes from it and is sustained by that sun. Now, why is this important? Why is this important? Because whether you want to call it Ra, the sun, they create another word for it tomorrow, guess what melanin is? Condensed sunlight. So everything created by the sun has melanin in it. Water even has melanin in it. Trees have melanin in it. Oxygen has melanin in it. Why is it important? Because the Caucasian is void of the melanin that we possess. We possess uromelanin and neuromelanin. And why is neuromelanin important? Because it has nerves. That's why it's called neuromelanin. And these nerves actually connect your thoughts to the creator. The Caucasian does not have neuromelanin because he's not a natural part of creation, and the creator does not share a communicative medium with him. So how the hell did we evolve from something something that the creator has no contact with. 85% of Caucasians have calcified pineal glands. The soul enters the body through the pineal gland. This is why babies have a soft spot on your head.
They don't want black people to know that they have extraterrestrial ancestry.
Right, and you were being told that black people didn't serve.
Didn't serve in the space program.
Right, and there were people from all races.
Right, very interesting.
Now, was that species put here, genetically altered, or was it just a natural formation of the planet in its evolutionary stage? Who knows? But the fact is that Rh-negative people, and again, there's 15% of them on this planet, may have come from outside sources.
If a rhesus positive and a rhesus negative parents were to have an offspring, there is a potential danger to the offspring because these two blood types can't interbreed, basically. Medical intervention is needed. It's why, actually, in the past, people had to have a blood test before they were allowed to get married.
The very fact that an Rh-negative mother, her body would actually try to kill an Rh-positive baby generates bizarre scenarios. How on earth could this happen? It suggests somewhere in our lineage that the Rh-negatives and the Rh-positives are perceived as being profoundly different.
BPs are essentially what are these people known as? Biological phenomena. Look, most human beings have basically been pretty domesticated. We're all fairly genetically average. I don't mean that in a derogatory way, but every so often you get one of these strange occurrences.
What do you mean?
Well, we have technology that monitors the magnetic fields all over the world. These fields are typically only impacted by weather conditions, man-made infrastructure, or different types of cosmic storm activity. Until one day in 1982, we'd noticed a pulse that sent shivers down my senior agent's spine. When we traveled to the address it came from in Manhattan, we'd found nothing other than a man and woman who'd said they just found out they were 2 weeks pregnant. So at that point, we'd just been forced to surveil them a bit. And sure enough, wherever the woman went, the gravitational disruption would follow. And so look, I mean, does it seem like overstepping a bit? Sure, but what were we supposed to do? We were doing our job. You know, this woman was essentially walking around with a class 1 weapon of mass destruction in her stomach.